few days ago I picked up this IKEA tap from Craigslist for $20, which was a great deal because they cost about $80 new. The new tap, however, had two issues with it. 1. The water lines were too short to reach the water supply, and 2. The old water lines going into the old tap were the standard North American 3/8 of an inch, while the new IKEA taps were half an inch, so I couldn't just connect them together, and because the new lines were so short, I couldn't connect them to the half-inch water supply. I spent a lot of time trying to find a solution, ordered a few connectors from a local hardware store in the right size, but the threads were different, so I had to return them. I finally came across an article specifying the proper thread size, which is called NPT. I found the connectors I needed. The link is in the description of the video. I also found them on the Home Depot website. The important part from what I have read about the water piping, apart from the thread size, is that it has to be lead-free. I got the Home Depot connector. We're not using the flare and the bolt, so I'm keeping them for the future use. It's time to install the new tap. First, I shut off the water supply lines. I removed the plastic clips that were holding the old tap. I've cleaned this monstrosity with my trusted Melamine sponges. I can't recommend these enough. I always keep some on hand. In my initial water test I got a leak, and to prevent that in the final build I have used my trusted mysterious putty that I have found in my window, which I assume is very similar to Plumber's putty. I imagine that a regular 3/8 O-ring would work as well. Because I have limited tools on hand, I have used 7/8 socket and joint pliers to tighten the water adapter to the water supply line. In my case it didn't need to be super tight. The half-inch connection, the one between the IKEA water line and the new adapter, didn't need to be super tight either. For this I have used joint pliers and a 17mm wrench. The next day I noticed a tiny drip on the cold water line on the 3/8 connector side, so I decided to add some plumber's tape. I used about 2 cents worth. It is important to wrap it in the way that follows the thread rotation so it doesn't crumple when you join them. I opened the water shut-off line again, didn't see any leaks, and that was it. The new tap works great. I also suggest checking under the sink area a few hours and the next day after the install, in case of super small leaks, and retightening the connections if you find any.